What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the EAFC Career Mode. It's episode number 16. Luton Town still in the bottom three, just past the halfway stage, but lowest goal scorers with just 16, no wins in 7, just under 2 weeks to go until the window slams shut, and now 15 million in the budget on the back of the sales in the last episode. I think we have to bring someone in to give us a chance of staying up this season. And once again, guys, I want to say thank you for the comments. I know I keep saying this, but honestly, man, the comments on this save have just been absolute top tier, and I can't say thank you enough for that. So once again, guys, really appreciate the recommendations. I got one from Resource Guy, who said try Kristovic from Lecce, now 24 years old. Would he move to the Premier League? Montenegrin international? Not too sure. Worth getting a scout report regardless. Really like this recommendation from Marcus Bishop, who's been regularly in the comments since the save began. Appreciate you, bro. Levi Garcia now Monza, originally from AEK Athens in Greece. Now he's moved on to the Serie A. He's got his move to a top 5 European league. And that release clause makes me think he might be a bit out of our budget, but definitely worth looking into. A couple of great suggestions here from Swiftness, who said Eddie Nketiah. He's given me 2 English strike suggestions. One, the former Arsenal man that's now in the Bundesliga playing for Augsburg. Could always try and bring him back. But also, I do like this one. He scored against me this season. Cameron Archer from Sheffield United, because they are just below us in the table and also potentially going down. So maybe jumping ship from, well, one Titanic to another, but definitely worth considering. Also a couple more comments here as well. One for Duke from Aberdeen, recommended to me by Ian. Definitely worth considering. Moving from the Scottish Premier League to the Premier League would be a jump up for him. So, yep, like that recommendation there. And also a few of you hoping that I will get one of the names on the shortlist, including Daryl DK. I know some of you want him, including Jade, who said you sold one American striker, why not bring in another in Daryl DK? He won you the Ballon d'Or on FIFA 21. Don't think he's going to do the same for me, but you know what? 10 goals in the Premier League will be like winning a Ballon d'Or for us based on what they do for us. And also Rafinha Jewel Princess, she said, would love a bit of Divock if you could afford him. You're in need of a guy who can come up clutch, and that's essentially his gimmick. Yeah, I really do think at the moment Divock will be a really good option for us. Leaving Milan to Luton would be an interesting one, but he is on the transfer list there, and he is Premier League proven. So if he'd agree to a wage cut for that transfer fee, that would be a steal. Still, first thing we're going to do is find out who we've got in the 4th round of the FA Cup, as the replays get played in this midweek. And there you go, tournament prize money there. Our draw is Coventry City, the Sky Blues coming to Kenilworth Road. So, yep, Championship side in the 4th round. And wait, there's still Championship? Did they get relegated last season? Nah, surely not. Surely still the Championship team. Coventry City, yeah, just outside the playoffs. So that's a potential banana skin there. Coventry having a good season, us having a shambolic one. Callum O'Hare's side coming to Kenilworth Road. That is a potential cup set right there. So Fred Onyedinma has just decided he's off to Argentina. When the contract ends. He's not left. Sorry, I know he can't have done, but I need to check. After last season, I'm not taking anything for granted. So he's still here, but he will go in the summer. Fair enough, wasn't going to get a new contract anyway. So, as deadline day is here, 15 million in budget. I've got to play this right, man. I've got to make the right choice. If I get this wrong, we're in deep trouble. There is a bid here for Marvellous Nakamba. Wolves in the Championship want to take him, 3.35 mil, but he'd have to drop down a division, and I quite like him as a holding mid. I know he's 31, but maybe in the summer he can go, but not right now. Can't lose a consistent first-team member right now on deadline day. So, yeah, for deadline day, then 15 mil in the budget. And I think personally, out of all these strikers here, I really like the look of this lad, Duke. Problem is, you're going into the negotiation blind because there's no scout report fully unmasking the overall, the market valuation, or the wages either. So you're going in blind for this sort of negotiation. I think because we've got 10 hours on the clock, we might as well just find out what the clubs want for the players we have the full scout report on, and then we can decide what's the best decision after that. So Taiwo is the guy that I'm most keen on myself, if I'm being honest. Forest still in the Championship, not a guaranteed immediate return to the Premier League. If I can get him for around, again, 14, 15 mil, I'll probably bite the bullet straight away. Let's ask Steve Cooper if he's interested in Joe Taylor. Probably not, but if it softens the fee somewhat, then we'll take it. 14 mil. Oh, would that be enough for a contract? I don't think we've got enough, you know. I don't think we've got enough for Taiwo. We're a bit cash strapped, and it's clearly hampering our business here in this window. 13 mil. No, he wants 14.8. We're not going to have enough. 13.5. 13.5. That might be just about enough for a contract, possibly. And they do accept it. I'm not sure if we can bring him in, but let's not worry about it for now. Let's focus on other targets. I really don't think I'll have enough for Levi Garcia. That physicality is unreal, and the technicals are amazing too. I think if he was still playing in Greece, possibly, big move to a top 5 European side. We're not a top 5 European side, Doxy boy, not in any wildest dreams, but I think now he's got to move to a top 5 European league. I think now he'll be less desperate to move on. So, I mean, I'll put in a straight bid of £12 million, but I think the likelihood is Monza are going to say, not even close, nah. Yeah, we ain't got the money, not this season. Maybe next we're still in the top tier, but not this season. One of the reasons I quite like the idea of Cameron Archer coming in is because, I mean, he's a good young striker, don't get me wrong, but I think the chances are if he were to go down, he would stay with us as part of the rebuild in the championship. So we should be able to get him, I would think. We shouldn't have to pay more than, I'd say, around 5 to 6 mil, max, I would say. Unless he's grown really well at Bramwell Lane, I don't think we have to pay much more than that. And, well, they want 8.9 million, which does suggest he's grown at least a couple of ratings, but should be able to get them down. Let's try £6 million, and they'll say yes to that. That would be a good little deal for the future as well as now. As for Eddie Nketiah, moving on to Augsburg and for an instant return to the Premier League. Not sure we can get him, to be honest here. I think probably a little bit out of our price range. We're going 8.5 mil to begin with, and yeah. I was hopeful we'd do a bit of back and forth. I'm not even going to come back. That's just a bit too much money, really. I really like this guy's stats. 4-star skill moves, you know I like that. Really, really quick. Good finish on him too. Moving from the Scottish Premier League to the Premier League is a step up, so... yeah, I'm not sure how much Aberdeen want. I think with those stats there, he's going to be a little bit pricey. But if we go over a bid of, let's say £11 million. I'm trying to think in my mind what those stats will calculate to. I'd probably say mid to high 70s. But if we offered him one of our strikes to soften the fee, plus 11 million. I think I've overestimated how good this guy is, you know. That would be a gamble if we decide to give him a contract now. What am I missing there? What am I missing? Like, unless those stats are at the very lowest of the ranges, I don't really know what I'm missing there. 'Cause he's only 24. Like, he's only 24. So, I don't know what I'm missing there. I really don't. Strange. Very strange. And as for Divock as well, again, this will be a very interesting one here. Divock coming back to the Premier League, but to Luton Town, knowing that the following year you might be in the second tier... I mean, he'd have to agree to a big wage cut, otherwise he's not coming in. With Milan putting him on the transfer list, my recommendation is to lowball them big time and just say, look, yeah, you know, we're happy to negotiate, but you're not getting anywhere close to the market valuation. So I'm lowballing Milan, man. You guys have got him on the transfer list, man. You clearly want to sell him. So if you're going to get rid of him, you're going to get rid of him on a very cut price deal. £3 million. That would be a bargain there. As for Krstovic, based on the deal I just negotiated for Duke, I'm not sure I want to gamble with this guy as well, because I don't really know how much I should be offering. I can't see what I'm missing with Duke. I really can't. Maybe it is a fair deal, and I'm just taken back by Aberdeen's willingness to play ball per se. Let's go with a £7.5 million deal, a few million less than Duke, and well, I've got no idea what these players are worth based on the ranges, clearly. So 4 bids accepted here, 1 for Taiwo. Not sure we can afford his wages, to be honest here. Divock we can, we don't want to pay it. He'd have to agree to a big pay cut to come here. Cameron Archer, I'm going to assume he's going to be around 25 to 35k due to being in the Premier League. And as for Duke, well, after that transfer fee was accepted right about, I've got no idea. I'm going to go after Duke first because he's the one that really excites me. I love those physical stats right there. So I don't know how much he's even worth. I might be putting into a really poor negotiation here, but we'll see if the agent offers the first deal. If they do, then we'll get a good ballpark figure for how much he's worth. Well, he wants an important squad role, which means that he's not going to be much worse than Adebayo. Otherwise, he would ask for a rotation deal. So that's good. We at least know he's going to be around 75 to 76 overall minimum, which would mean for 11 mil, I certainly wouldn't be against that fee. 5-year deal, no release clause. Fingers crossed the agent puts the salary in himself. And he does as well, just 29.5 grand a week. So I've got a feeling it's going to be around, I'd say 75 to 76 overall, I would say. Which to me, at 24 years old, I don't know what his potential would be, but I think personally, this is the sort of player that would stay in the championship with us if we were to go down, but still has a decent upside too. I'm going to ask him to, is it a pay cut or not? I don't really know, but I'm going to ask him to come down to 27 grand a week. That still gives us a bit of money remaining too, and a 100 grand sign-on bonus. He's not accepted it. Okay, a lot of back and forth here with Duke. I think I've only got one more negotiation left in me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'll put you on 31 grand a week because you clearly back yourself. I don't know whether I back you or not. I'll find out if you agree to sign the contract. 31 grand a week, 100 grand sign-on bonus, and Duke is going to arrive. The question is, have I just bought myself a white elephant or have I picked up a steal? So here we go. Duke is in. The price rating was B, which means that it was an okay deal, and he is 76 rated, which to be fair, for 11 million, I would say that is kind of what I was expecting. Alongside Adebayo, he'd be our joint best striker, and he's 3 years younger with now a long-term deal as well. To me, it could have been a better deal, but it certainly could have been a lot worse. Duke is in. That's a big call, That's a big call from Doxy boy. Bringing in a striker that's got no Premier League experience whatsoever. Still quite young in his career, though, so a lot of upside, but unproven at this level. But that is what I was really excited about, man. We only had the Rangers, but I knew all his physicals were going to be green. He's rapid, and he's got a bit of strength and a good jump on him as well. Very good attacking positioning and composure too. Out of 82 shot power, 72 finishing, okay, not the best, but some brilliant traits to be fair. I think this guy, to me, has got some really, really handy stats. I would say get the weak foot up to 4-star. That'll improve the finishing as well, and his stamina too, which you know I'm a bit of a stickler for low stamina. I think he's already got the pace to be a rapid man in behind. If we get him to be more of a clinical finisher and a 5-star weak foot too, this guy's going to have a really complete game. So that is going to do it for deadline day. We've brought in our new striker. The question is, will he fire us in the goals to keep us in the league? Gamble, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. PSU want to take Alan Campbell, fine. Totally fine. We're going to have a really small squad for next season, but to be honest, right now, I'm just thinking about the next 6 months. Trying to keep Luton in the Premier League is just my only priority right now. So, yeah, that deal's going to go through, but I'm fine with that. I think as well, the good news is deadline day does come to an end here. If we were to go down, Max Kilman, we could sell him on for a big fee. One and done for Max. We get a lot of money for him from Premier League sides. I'd imagine we'd also have to sell Ryan Giles as well. We get a bit of money for that too. Maybe Adebayo, possibly as well. So I think if we do go down, we'll sell a couple of our stars and we'll have a lot of money to reinvest. You see there, top of the deals, Romero to Manchester United and Purvis Estupina as Chelsea's raid of Brighton continues. But I think we'll be okay if we were to rebuild in the summer if we went down to the Championship. And I'm going to try not to think about that as we take a look at the scouting as the first month of February begins here. So far, no one making the cut from England. Just going to reject a few players real quickly. To speed this up, what I might do is just reject players in the scouting and only show you the ones I'm going to continue scouting, just to speed things up a little bit. But some of you guys have been saying, why don't you just promote the youth players you've got and then look to sell them on for a little bit of cash? It's not a bad strategy. I'm not sure about the realism of that. It's not a bad strategy though. But for this guy with a really high overall, I might just put him in, to be honest here, because he's clearly got the quality to be at least a bit part player. But with our small squad now, I think we do need to start promoting players from our academy to the first team to at least give us some depth in the resis, including Andrzej back as well, the Polish shadow striker, Cameron, who I really like as well. But then obviously the problem is their potentials are going to go down. That's the problem you've got. So in which case, what I might do is promote players in positions where we've not got a lot of depth and then either keep them for the following season or just add them straight to transfers. Because worst case scenario, we get a few £100 grand, you know? Worst case scenario, oh, he's too young anyway. Well, yeah, worst case scenario, we get a few £100 grand anyway. So it's not, like, there's very little downside to using that strategy. And from Norway, there's a couple of decent youngsters down here. We've only 1 month's worth of scouting. I'd rather see how they're looking next month on. So the academy now, again, still filled to the brim. Johan Johansson is the one that really excites me as a young left winger. And I think even right now he could come in and do a job with those technical stats on that left-hand side or possibly even right-hand side. But at 15, can't promote him yet anyway. But Pavlovsky's the guy we just promoted here. He looks very solid indeed. Very solid indeed, despite the low overall. So I'll put him on a develop plan quickly, try and get the attacking work rate up to high. And it's looking decent. It's looking decent right now in the academy. I wouldn't say there's any like superstars in the making, but still looking pretty decent. So first game, FA Cup 4th round, Coventry. Ordinarily a game where I'd rest all my players, but based on our form this season, I'm not taking any chances. Strong lineup. We desperately need a win to have no losses in our last 3 and finally start to get some form sorted. Come on, Luton. Oh, that's well done, that. Well done, O'Hare. Chong should be one, rolls it across, and oh, it's bundled in by the short king. Don't know how much you knew about it, but I think you'll claim it. No assist, but a goal for Luton, and I think Cox is having that one. Come on, boys, big win here today, please. Big win here. Get the confidence flowing, get the testosterone flowing, and start to feel good about ourselves once again. Yeah. There's Bidwell's pass, cut out by Marvellous. Oh, kicks to thin air, but Connor says, "Don't worry, bro, I'll take it." We shall work our way forward with Chong on the turn, seeing Connor Roberts making the move, and a chance with Duke to use that pace that we know he's got to take on Bobby Thomas out wide and then step inside. Gets a bit lucky, but we'll have it. It's Duke. It's O'Hare. And no surprise, his first Luton Town goal comes against his former club. 2-0 up, 27 minutes in. Perfect start, just what we needed. Well, no debut goal for Duke, but he did get an assist. Comfortable 2-0 win, exactly what we needed. No goals conceded, I think, in our last 3 as well. No defeats in our last 3. I'm ashamed to say it, but it's true. It's one of our best runs of the season. Oh, wow. Ipswich just knocked out Man City at Portman Road. How about that for a cup set? Right. Oh, we've got Arsenal next, haven't we? Oh, God, just remember we've got Arsenal next. It's the last thing we need, man. Oh, how good is Tate's potential? Forgot about that. Angus Tate, 61 overall, checks potential straight away, and he shows great potential as well. What are those boots, though? What are those? What are those? It's an old meme, sir, but it checks out. What are those, honestly? Also, guys, if you're still watching at this point, can you do me a favour and leave a comment and just comment, what are those? I like to see how many of you guys stay for like the large duration of the video. If you're still watching at this point, yeah, can you just leave me a comment and just put, what are those? I want to see how many of you are still here. Right, next up, league leaders Arsenal in the week. To be fair, haven't lost in any of our last 3. Starting to get a foothold a little bit, but if we can get a point in this game, that would be a massive result. Let's see if we can do it. We've got a very little chance getting anything from this game. I put Ryan Giles on the right-hand side in this game. Inside forward, a good technical stats, and the left foot too. But also to help out on defence with a high defensive work rate. But yeah, this is a game where it's just like, how long can you last? You know, how long can you last still tied at 0-0? For us, the answer is 14 minutes. Martinelli. Gabriel Jesus, what a ball. Odegaard, oh, it's just amazing, man. The level, the disparity between quality on full display. We're not even close to these guys yet. Throw, Luton, Bell to Ogbene. Gets in behind on the byline. And Adebayo says, maybe Duke should be starting. And I missed the target from there, honestly. Precision finishing is so frustrating. I like it because I like the challenge. But at times you're like, really? As a Premier League striker, that is. Still time, but we're going to need a chance out of somewhere. We might go on here on the break, to be fair, because Benny's got a lot of pace. And I fancy him to beat Gabriel if he can step inside here. We'll need a teammate though. He's got any Carlton Morris, Maitland-Niles, and Panzer on the edge. I see out wide Tate, the young lad, into Adebayo. It's actually very, very well worked out. And Fred Onyedinma has fired it in. Luton are back in this. 10 minutes to salvage a point here. Oh, Acuna gets away with that, courtesy of Declan Rice saving him. But there's Maitland-Niles with a tackle. And Adebayo flicks it on. And Morris. And Cole Morris. And Cole Morris for the leveller. What a save, Ramsdale. Kept in play. Adebayo. Oh, what a save, Aaron Ramsdale. God, that is absolutely gutting. So close. But this is the thing, man. Like, even when we are losing, we're not losing that badly. We're just so unlucky not to scrape a point or at times all three. It's a disappointing defeat. We showed there. We've got some fight about us, man. We might still be in the bottom three. No wins in 8 in the Premier League. We're still fighting. We ain't giving up. Did see Leicester lose. Bournemouth lost. I think Sheffield United just lost as well, didn't they? I think they did. No, drew 1-1 with Brentford. So, I mean, we're still not that far off safety. Like, 16 games to go. We're still in it. You know, we're still in it. We've got to put a win on the board, man. We need one. And let's see if we can get in the following game. We've got a good record against Aston Villa. In fact, I'll go as far as saying I think we've beaten them every time we faced them. So they're having a good season. But this is a great chance here. Only one loss in our last 4. Starting to stem the flow a little bit. With a good record against MRI's side, I can see us putting out of the bag here. You know, a point's a decent result, but I'm going for all 3. Yellow hair, well done, mate. Reed Vowed. Duke. Chong. Yes! Callum O'Hare, ex-Villa Academy graduate, 2 in 3, Luton in front. We've got a great record against Villa, and again, I think, I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we've beaten them every time we faced them. We've got a favourable run of fixtures coming. If we win this game, we've got a genuine chance to string a few wins together. Tielemans, Immobile. Yes, well in, Connor. And away we go on the break here. O'Hare has the pace, and look at the space for Joel Cox. Brilliant. Oh. We're going to need a second goal. I think we're going to need a second goal. At the moment, it's all Luton Town. Duke, great touch. Couldn't get away. God, I'm nervous right now, but I'm feeling it as well. We're in the ascendancy here. Yeah, that's yours, Connor. Well done, mate. Holds off Jacob Ramsey. And with 6 minutes to go before the break, wisely, we're just going to keep hold of the ball here. The clock is our friend. It's like when the shot clock's turned off in the NBA, you know, they just wait for one final possession. They burn the clock down until the end of a quarter, and then they look for one final shot. That is what we're going to do here. Nakamba, Ryan, Cox. Duke! Martinez saves! And cleared. It almost worked perfectly. What a half, though. So much better. Diaby gets away from Ryan Giles with the pace that this guy's got. It's going to be a long trip for Ryan Giles to get back. He's done well, to be fair. For goodness sake. Tom, get it on the deck if you can, mate. There we go. There we go. Cox to Duke. Back to Joel. Into Ryan. Callum O'Hare for his second! 3 in 3 for O'Hare. Luton back in front. Come on! It's surely over. It's surely over. It's surely over. They think it's all over. Well, it is now. Come on! No wins in 8. But Luton's run against Villa continues. Don't know why the fans don't look happy, because I'm elated on the sidelines. Callum O'Hare's brace wins it. And the Hatters finally have 3 points on the board. The thing is, it was coming. Like, it was coming. We stood up really well in recent weeks. And okay, a couple of easy cup games for us. Very helpful. But we've been better. We just haven't had the reward. And I would have been absolutely livid had we not won that game courtesy of a rebound goal. We do escape the drop for now. Leicester do have the game in hand, however. But if you look at the fixtures that are coming here, and this is what I briefly mentioned, if you look at the fixtures that are coming, we got some games you expect us to at least win at least a couple of them. Brentford away, Everton at home, the Borough away. That's going to be massive, as is the Blades away and Norwich at home too. You expect at the very least 2 wins there, possibly even 3 or 4. Right, but buzzing to get the win, but I want to ride that. One more game, Brentford away, we'll end on this. Oh, and just had the FA Cup 5th round draw as I was advancing through to the Brentford game, and we have got... Tough one. I think our run might end there. Newcastle United in the last 16. Eddie Howe's side coming to Kenilworth Road. Well, last 16 is what the board wanted. We delivered it for the 2nd straight year. If we go out, we go out. Yep, final game, West London. We've actually got a good record of playing in West London, especially against Chelsea and Fulham, but I'll take a point in this game regardless. We're starting to get a foothold now. Slow and steady, boys. A point's a good result. I'm fuming now we've not won that game. We absolutely dominated until we've conceded for a rebound goal. That would have summed up the season. Especially knowing Muric probably should have held on to it as well, let alone kicked it straight out to Immobile. Even so, it doesn't matter now. We've got the win. Got the win. That's the most important thing. Focus on the positives, not the negative. But I might be back to familiar territory in this one. Goal down. Plenty of the game to go, though. Plenty of the game to go. Go on, Ryan. Up you get, mate. Up you get. Win that. Well done. And the camera on the chest to Mpanzu. That's a foul, but we'll play advantage, please, ref, because I see Cox and Adebayo that can link up here. And Pansy's running in behind, then wisely decides against it, with Cox trailing. Oh, yeah, surely! Oh. Okay. Better. Cox. Adebayo, great turn. Cox. Oh, yeah! No! What a save! What a save! Why can't Muric do that sort of thing? Giles. O'Hare. Look at Chong. Oh. Callum this time. Surely no. Come on. What more have I got to do? It's coming. It's coming. But I'm getting really annoyed now. Seriously. I don't know what more I can do. Oh, starting to get frustrated with the way this game has gone, but we're... Oh, come on! We're still in this. Connor Roberts, no! How is prime Manuel Neuer rocking up in West London in this game? This is ridiculous. Muric. With a nice looped kick out wide towards Chong, who controls well. Adebayo's ahead of him, as is Duke. Off the bench, just couldn't feed him through. I can't believe we're going to lose this. I can't believe we're going to lose this game. It's another match I've absolutely dominated. And what more could I have done? I mean, I got most of my shots on target. But Flecken was just unbeatable. Quite literally. It's going to be an absolutely sickening loss. Absolutely sickening loss. I don't know what more I could do there. I really don't. We play like that, we deserve more points on the board. And this is the hottest story of the season. I've genuinely played well in a lot of my games, but still time. Still plenty of time. More shots on the board, higher XG, but look at that. Every single shot at the target, every single one was saved. And it's not like they were comfortable saves either. Like that one right at the end of the first half where he flicked it onto the post. I mean, remarkable save.
Some questions regarding the match?
Sometimes you just got to accept that's the way life goes. But whilst we're still breathing, we're still fighting, and we'll still believe we can keep ourselves up. Right, guys, that'll do it today. Big thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have done, please do drop a like and subscribe. You'll have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next episode, which I think will be the make or break episode of the season, because if we don't win at least 2 of those games, which we need to win, then I think we're going to be in some serious trouble. But if we can put a couple of wins together, then we might be able to pull away from the bottom 3. Big episode coming up. Whatever you do, don't miss it. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for that one very soon.